Joining my YouTube channel, Grass to Grace. So, as you all know, we just relocated from Canada to Nigeria. Pardon my voice, please. I don't have my mic on. I'll try as much as possible to talk louder so that you can hear what I'm saying. I know voice is very important. So, a lot of people have been reaching out to us. That's why they do relocated back to Nigeria. I've done a video which is part 1. You can watch it in my videos. You see it. Well, we have some, everybody individual has reasons why they do things. Ours is not different as well. We've been in Canada for more than a decade, maybe more than 12 years or more. Not that we are doing bad there. We are not doing bad there. We have things going on there. But there are some certain stage in life that you truly want something different. Not really particularly about money, but you just want to live a fulfilling life, to feel like you are living and existing, not just existing and not living, like a lot of people do abroad now, because they work, 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 and work, and taxes keep taking majority of the money. Not that a lot of people are not doing well. A lot of people are doing well, but the stress is killing a lot of people. It's overwhelming. So I would like to read out some things I wrote out. Then I will buttress my points with other things that I have on my head. In case you see me looking down, I've jotted some points down, which I would like to explain for you to understand better. So, what if I told you that living behind our comfort zone, which is Canada, for our unexpected challenges of Nigeria was the best decision of our lives. It sounds crazy, right? But here is why it changed everything. I know what you are thinking. Some people are thinking when we told them you are going to Nigeria, they were like, "Oh, are you guys crazy? What are you going there to do? You don't need to take the kids. They're going to lose their accent, their intonation, their phonics, all those things. Those ones we don't use as an excuse, because that's just distractions for us to change our mind. What we are seeing, they are not seeing it. So why would you leave Canada, one of the most developed countries? Why would we leave it in the world for Nigeria? Today I'm sharing real reason behind our decision. Trust me, it's more than just weather and food, which is true. It's not all about Nigerian weather. No, it's more than that. And it's more than the fresh food here. Living in Canada was a dream come true. Seriously, it's a very good country with lots of opportunities. When we first relocated there. But there was always something missing. Despite the opportunities and the quality of life, we realized that we want more than just comfort. We wanted purpose, connection, and sense of belonging that was struggle to find. That we struggle to find, you understand? One day we had a deep conversation, me and my husband, that changed everything. We asked ourselves, what do we truly value? What kind of legacy do we want to leave for our children? This was the turning point where we began seriously considering a move back to Nigeria. Not only for us, but for the sake of the kids, you know. The decision wasn't easy. We made endless lists. Oh my goodness. We compiled list upon list upon list upon list. Comparing the pros and cons of Canada, pros and cons. Canada offers stability, which is true, and security, very true. But Nigeria promised adventure, cultural richness, and a chance to reconnect with our roots. In the end, it wasn't just about what we were leaving behind, but what we stood to gain. We stood to gain a lot of things here. Like our kids started Arabic school immediately they landed in Nigeria. They've made a lot of friends with there's no chance for them to make in Canada because they go to school, they bring up homework, assignments, A lot of things they bring out, they bring home a lot of projects, a lot of assignment that by the time they finish it's almost around 11 o'clock midnight, 12 sometimes. There is no that quality of life for them as well as a kid. Their school is so demanding and very strict. Even my kids will refuse to go to bed because they don't want to lose any points, you understand? So we were like, we don't want them to focus on just only education only. The world has gone beyond just education. The one that's gone beyond just education, they have to have something else doing. We want them to learn about business. We want them to do business. We want them to be able to talk. We want them to know how to make sales. We want them to know a lot of things. We want them to interact with people. We want them to know how to keep a relationship. We want them to know how to know. We want them to know how to praise God, how to know God. You understand? We want them to do a lot of things. We want them to know about farming. We want them to know about agriculture. We want them to know about a lot of things which we thought about it that Canada couldn't give them all these things that we listed. It couldn't give them. So we were like, the best place to go is to take them back to Nigeria. We gave back to them in Canada. This is their first time in Nigeria, and alhamdulillah, they are doing very good. They are like, we don't want to go back. We like it here. We can make friends here. We can go out here. We can eat fresh food. We can meet people. There are lots of people on the road. Or like Canada, my daughter is always looking at the window. She's like, Mommy, there's nobody passing on the streets. There is nobody. You understand? Here they feel more happy, more happier. You understand? So when we finally decided to make the move, we knew it wouldn't be smooth sailing. Trust me, we knew. Assuming we didn't prepare our mind, trust me, we would have run back when we landed in Nigeria because Nigeria is a bit tough. We've been abroad for so long. We've been away for so long. Especially in a decade I've not been here. You understand? So things have really changed. A lot of things have changed. That's one of the disadvantages of staying abroad for so long without coming back to know what is really happening. Policies have changed, government policies have changed, the road have changed. I was even missing the road to my father's house at something. It was my husband that took me there. He was like, this is the way to the place. Everywhere has changed. It's not even funny right now. Everywhere has changed. So endeavor to always come home, bring your children home so that you won't miss the way as well. A lot of things are changing. There were doubts, no doubt about that. There were fears. I almost died of anxiety. I was suffering of depression in Canada. In Nigeria, I was suffering of anxiety when we first landed. You know, there were even some setbacks. Like my husband couldn't even get his Nigeria passport. We have to apply for a travel document. It was looking as if this journey won't be possible. It was like we keep messaging the embassy, we keep contacting them. They are like, oh, your NIN number has a problem, you have to fix it. Even after fixing it, we couldn't still get the passport, and time is going. You were like, the next thing to do is just to apply for a travel document. I reached out to them on Instagram again, and I told them if I didn't get this thing, then I'm going to tag all the bloggers to let them know that Nigerian embassy in Canada are not doing their job. We've applied for more than 6 months. You refuse to give us the passport. We've sent every necessary details that you need. Still, you didn't give us this thing. You didn't send it. We keep calling. Nobody is picking the phone. You can't call them. You can't reach them on phone. You can't message them. You can't do anything. Why? You are there for the purpose of Nigerian citizens so that you can service us, but you are not doing it. So by the time I said that, they are like, okay, please, you don't need to take it too far. Call this, send an email to this number, which I did. I sent an email. There was no response, and I keep following back to back with them on Instagram. Eventually, we submitted the application for the travel document, and we got it in 4 days. Trust me, by the time my husband returned back to Canada, after a few weeks, after a week, I think it was when the passport eventually it came in the mail. It took so long. It took so long. So there were some setbacks, but embracing the unknown taught us resilience and sparked a newfound appreciation for life. You understand? Moving to Nigeria was just like starting all over again. Trust me. Just assume this is the first time you're traveling abroad. It's the same thing will happen to you when you come back to Nigeria after living for so long. You have to find your way around. You have to network with people again. You have to find where to buy this, where to get this, where to get that, where to go, how to sort this. It's like starting all over again. Trust me, it's starting all over again. From navigating the bustling streets to finding your community, every day brought in new challenges. We face a lot of challenges every day, but the more we tackle it, the more everything is getting easier. But with these challenges came growth, and today we can say with certainty that this decision brought us closer as a family, gave us a deeper sense of purpose, which is really true. My kids are more happier, everybody's happy. Life is a bit not tough, tough in some areas, but when we think about things we couldn't get in Canada, yeah, it's much better. The fresh food, the sun, tropical weather, everything. So, why did we decide to relocate from Canada to Nigeria? It wasn't just for warm weather, like I said earlier, or to escape the high cost of living. No, we moved for the chance to redefine ourselves, to connect with our heritage, our people, our family members that we've left for so long, that we just talk on video call and voice call, to finally meeting them, our children meeting them, meeting their cousins for the first time. It's kind of emotional, but we just have to do it. We have to be intentional about it. And to live a story that truly ours. Not, oh, dad is going to work or mom is working for mom, or dad is working for mom is going to work. No, we want to let them know this is our story. This is the business we are doing here. They know the business we are doing in Canada. But sometimes, you can't take them to a place of work or to your offices. But here in Nigeria, you can take them to a place of work. They can see your staff, they can meet people, they can see a lot of things that you are doing. You are grooming them to let them know that business is the way. This is the business your parents are doing. You know, as they are growing up, they are learning. Even with the environment, they are learning. That is what is important to us. Not just going to school and be reading from morning to night and be doing exams. No, we want more than that. And in terms of religion, we want them to know more about the religion. We want them to memorize Quran. We want them to do a lot of things, which we can't do it conveniently in Canada because of the tight schedule of everybody. Everybody is overwhelmed and tired. Understand? So, a story that truly ours, and honestly, we wouldn't have it any other way. So, if you are thinking about making this life changing decision, sometimes stepping out of your comfort zone is the only way, the only truly way. If you are ready to take the leap of faith, join us. We are here and we are surviving. We are surviving and we are coping. Alhamdulillah, God has been making it more easier for us every day. So if you enjoyed our episode on why we relocated from Canada to Nigeria, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Have you ever considered a major life-changing decision in your life? We would love to hear your story as well. We would love to hear from you. We would love to connect with you. We will be happy to help you with information that you need, resources that you need to move down to Nigeria. Maybe you alone or with your family. We will be so glad and happy to see you take the move. So, back to my other reasons. So why do a lot of people haven't come back from abroad with their children, or why they don't? Some people don't even have it in plan. They don't even think about the future of the kids. We don't want to be selfish. If we want to be selfish, we would have remained in our comfort zone in Canada. We are okay there. We are doing fine. They know that we are suffering. No, we are doing really good. But sometimes you have to grow in life. You have to leave some things that make you comfortable. You have to do things that will make you discomfort, that will make you uncomfortable, to be able to get to where it will now finally make you comfortable forever. So that is one of the reasons. And some people can't even afford to relocate back to Africa. Trust me, to relocate back to Nigeria is more expensive than traveling. You have to put a lot of things in place, from the cars or the car you'll be using when you get back to Nigeria, to the house that you'll be renting or the house you'll be buying, or probably you have a house there before you want to renovate it. You understand? To your children's school fees, you have to find a new school, all those things. Your what's it called, grocery shoppings, every other thing, buying flight tickets. It's not a joke. Trust me, it's not the joke. There was a time we were checking flight tickets, we were seeing $14,000 for a family of five. $14,000. That is even more than enough to make a down payment for a new house. So until we keep searching, we keep searching, then we eventually saw one that is not too expensive. So if you're thinking of coming back and you don't want to spend too much money on your flight tickets, you can check Turkish Airline. The one we took is one we do because we are like, if you buy a return, you might be forced to come back on time, and we don't want to fail. We don't want to just leave because things are hard or Nigeria is hard, the system is not that working, all those things. We don't want to use this as an excuse. So we make up our mind to buy a one-way ticket when we are bringing the kids. That no matter how tough it is, we are going to stay until we figure it out. People are there living and existing. So we can do it as well. We can do it. So that was why we bought a one-way ticket. So another thing is a lot of people don't want to come on because of ego. They believe if they don't buy a house in Nigeria or build a house, they won't come on. No, you don't even need to do that at first, except you have built a house before you travel before. It's better for you to rent an apartment first, and when you get down here, if the area is okay for you, you can start looking for houses to buy there, or house to buy there, or you can get a land and build your house, because you don't want a situation whereby you ask them to buy a property for you and they bought it in a noisy, very noisy, or a nuisance area that you can't even sleep. For example of the apartment that we first rented, it was rented on our behalf. Not that the person that rented it did something bad, no. To their own best, they rented us a good apartment, and is a new house. Because we've been far away from Nigeria. Our thinking and orientation is quite different. We are coming from a very quiet country, which is Canada. You can't tell me you get used to that noise immediately. No, it will drive you insane. But to people living in Nigeria, that noise is just normal to them because they hear it every day. But you coming from abroad and you are hearing non-stop of praise and worship from morning to night, how will you sleep? You can't. Not that the prayer is disturbing you, but the noise is disturbing your sanity. You won't be able to function. This happened for like 3 weeks. Oh, the first night that we slept in the apartment, I was like, maybe in the morning at least they will go to their places of work. But trust me, it continued. Like play. Day one, day two, day three, day four, day five, first week, second week, third week. Morning till like 24 hours, 24/7. They're always in the church. And the worst part of it is that they're always playing musical instruments even at night, using pianos, guitar, all those things. Like, how it was driving me crazy. Even the kids can't sleep. So we were like, we need to leave this apartment. So we start looking for another one. Then we move out of that area. Then we went to a nice estate. So that was the reason I was telling you, if you know you want to buy a house, get air first. Know the environment or the community or the area that you want to buy the house on your own. Make your decision, because if you ask somebody that is in Nigeria to buy a house or property for you while you are there, they will buy it to their very best. You can't blame them. You are the one that knows what you want in terms of security, serenity, and the ambience of the area that you want to live. You understand? So if you have your money, keep it. When you get there, you can buy a house or you can start a business. After that, you would have spent a lot of time here. Then you'll be able to know which area is good for you to reside. So another thing is lack of business ideas. A lot of people don't even have any business ideas of what they can do when they come to Nigeria. There are so many business opportunities here, a lot. There is a lot of people walking on the streets every day. Lots of people. Even if you don't have any idea, go to ChatGPT, ask for ideas. Go on YouTube, do your research, connect with people. There are a lot of business that you can invest in, from real estate to agriculture. Agriculture is number one. Secure yourself a land. I'm not talking about a land. If you want to start with palm oil plantation, at least if you have a 50 acres of land or 100 acres of land, even if it is 10 acres of land, start doing something. You understand? By the time the palm tree starts fruiting, like in 4 or 5 years, you would have know, oh, at least I'm expecting money every week, because it will be fruiting, you'll be harvesting every week. Even if you are buying palm oil and just keeping it and holding it for like 4 months and sell it when there is scarcity, you are making your money. Imagine having like 10,000 kegs of palm oil, or 5,000 or 1,000. You are making good money. You understand? And if you still have international source of income, is good. If you are a digital nomad, it's very good. You can work from anywhere in the world. At least you can still be in Nigeria and be generating income internationally. If you have a real estate property in Canada or US that is generating you monthly income, it's still good. You understand? You can be using that to sustain yourself while your business that you are setting up in Nigeria is growing. Because you need funds, you need money. You need money to spend in Nigeria. So insecurity, it's only God that can keep saving us. Nowhere is safe, everywhere is safe, like someone used to say. But just pray for God's protection. It happens not only in Nigeria, everywhere has their own. Every country has their own. The only thing is for you to be prayerful and be mindful of where you go, and you don't go out at night, and stay safe, all those things. Just take precautions and trust your sense of humor. That's all I can say about that. The online noise have killed a lot of people abroad. They keep saying, oh, Nigeria, there's poverty in Nigeria, people are suffering. I didn't say people are not suffering in Nigeria. Likewise, people are suffering in Canada as well. They are suffering in US. They are suffering in UK. A lot of people, and they are on government, what's it called? In Ontario works. And I don't know what they call other countries. You understand? There are homeless people everywhere as well. So it's not only particularly to Nigeria. But trust me, there is money in Africa, there is money in Nigeria. All these abroad have maximized their what potential. How do I put it? They are matured countries. Here in Africa, with agriculture, now you can become a billionaire, you can become a millionaire. You understand? So there is a lot of what's it called? A lot of things to explore here in terms of business. So don't listen to those online noise. I'm not saying it's not true, but trust me, find a way to make out your own as well. Don't follow the crowd. Ignore the noise. If you are complaining, you will do anything. Just ignore the things you don't have control over, and do the things that you think you can make life better for you and your business and your family. So then, how to apply for your Nigeria passport if you are coming? Just go to search Nigeria Embassy of any country you are on your Google. It will direct you to their website. Fill up the form, pay the fees, and book your date. It's important to book your date. But for Canada now, if you book your date, let's say your date is in December and this is August, right? You can still go and they will attend to you. They don't go by the day, because even when our appointment was in February, and we went last year December, and we were able to apply for the passport. You understand? Even there was nobody, we didn't see anybody. I think just two people came after us. I think nobody. So if you know you need the passport, don't be delayed by what they say or what you see online, or that they will tell you the wait time is 4 hour, 4 months or something. Just make sure, the most important thing is that make sure that you have a booking, you have a date. Once you've done that, then you can show up at any time to apply for your passport. To book your flight ticket, this is the way you can get your flight ticket cheaper. So you go to flighthub.com, you search for flights from cheapest to the highest. So from the cheapest, anyone you see there, don't buy it from there. To save yourself from stress and cry, don't buy it from there. Go to the company's website. If it is Air Canada, go to a Canada website and buy it. If it is Qatar Airline, go to Qatar Airline and buy it from their website. Do not buy from what's it called, Flight Hub, because the ugly experience we experienced with them, it's not something I'm even happy to say. Like, we've booked the tickets to travel to Saudi Arabia last year with them since 6 months ago, and they canceled the flight ticket just 2 weeks to the trip, and we are supposed to stop in London to see family and friends. Then from there, stop at Qatar. My daughter wants to take the picture with the teddy bear, because most of our classmates, when they travel to Saudi Arabia, they're always like, oh, we stop at Qatar to take picture with the teddy bear, giant teddy bear that is there. You understand? So They just fuck up all the plans. They cancel the ticket at late hour. And to the worst part of it, okay, refund us our money. They were like, we can't even get the money until after 6 to 8 weeks. So I went on Twitter, I started tagging them. They were, oh, and they eventually responded that, oh, assuming they've not cancelled the ticket, they would have done something, but they are sorry, they can't do anything. I cried, eh? Since then, I've said I will never ever buy any ticket with flight up. I will never. They cancelled the one we'll be returning from Turkey to no from Jeddah to Canada. From Jeddah, I think from Egypt to Canada. It's from Jeddah to Egypt, Egypt to Canada. So they cancelled the leg for Egypt to Canada, but the one from Jeddah to Egypt is still valid. How do you want us to be stranded with our kids at Egypt? It doesn't make sense. So that was what happened. We have to pull out cash. We have to pull out cash to buy the ticket the other day I was talking about. It was, what if we don't have the emergency fund? The money could have been used for something else, but we just have to go to, because we've planned it, we've packed, we've done everything. We just have to go for Umrah. That's why. So buying a car before you arrive in Nigeria, it will really save you a headache, because you can't, even if you are taking public transport abroad, you can't compare it with the public transport that you take in Nigeria. It's not that easy. The stress will be too much for you. So if you can get a small car before you arrive, it will be better to move you up and down. Then make sure your kids' immunization are properly checked. Go to your doctor, make sure your kids' immunization are up to date. Make sure their vaccination are up to date before you leave. And pertaining to the school, make sure you check the school online, the school you want to enroll them in. Check Instagram, check Facebook. Maybe you can see some of the activities. You can be following them so that you can see what they are posting, what they are doing. If you think you're okay with it, you can contact them through WhatsApp. I always advise use WhatsApp, so you'll be able to call them and they'll be able to send you maybe forms or any other information they want to pass across to you. And if you landed eventually and you don't like the school place, you can go to another school. There are a lot of schools in Nigeria, because the things you are looking for in school might be different from what the school is offering. We all know what we are looking for in our child's school or children's school, so please put your child or your children in any school of your choice that you think is okay to your best knowledge. And renting a house before you buy one, I've talked about that one earlier, and I've talked about business. So then the way you pack, someone was asking me on Instagram that, do we cargo that? Why do we pack this too much luggages that we could have cargoed some luggages instead of paying for extra luggage? I said no, we didn't pay for extra luggage. We utilized everything that was available, from the laptop bag to hand luggages to the luggages. We packed everything. We are 5, so we packed everything. So we didn't pay any time for extra luggages, and we didn't cargo any other thing. We pack everything. So not that we left Canada finally, you understand. But I mean, the kids things, we pack them. At least we won't carry our house from Canada to Nigeria. So when I say we pack everything, I mean things they need immediately or things we need immediately. You can't carry your car except you ship it down later, so you can do that if you want to. Then what else do I have to talk about? So later I'll be dropping an ebook on how to relocate from A to Z, that will make it more easier for you to follow. So if you're interested, you can let me know. And a lot of things that do used to come to my mind is children that we give back to abroad, like children of the immigrants abroad. What do we tell them? For those of you that refuse or doesn't want to bring your child home, that you don't want to have anything to do with your home country, when it's time, they'll keep asking you, because there is no how they will not know that they still have a country apart from the one you give back to them in. For example, now What do you tell them? Do you tell them when it's time for you, for example, you grow up now and you want to retire in Nigeria, for example, and your children refuses to follow you? What do you tell them? Or how do you even tell them that, oh, I would like to go retire in Nigeria. I don't know if you guys can come. Even waiting to that age, I don't think it's even appropriate, because the child would have been grown up. They would have their own mind, have their own friends, maybe have their own job they are doing, or they have their business or businesses. Do you want them to abandon it and follow you back to Africa? No. If you know you have the future of relocating, you have the plans of relocating in Africa or in Nigeria, and your kids are still little right now, please start bringing them back home. Let them live here for some time, if not for a longer period of time, to know the values and culture and to know this is home as well. Because I don't know, what do you even tell them? Is it Ilela Bosini Okuna Abile Kukuntagbe? I don't know. Because they don't see it as home. If you don't bring them, they will never see Nigeria or Africa as home. They will think Canada is their holy home. Like, there was a time my daughter, they asked her in school, where are you from? She's like, I'm from Canada. I was born in Canada, but my parents are from Nigeria. They would distinguish it. Even when there was a project, she was saying, oh, they were asked to write a project about their country. She said she chose to write about Canada. I said, why Canada only? You have to write about Canada and Nigeria. So I spoke to her teacher, and her teacher said, why not? So, of course, maybe that will even give you the opportunity to know more about Nigeria. So she was doing research, and she was writing things about Nigeria, about the heritage, and she was writing things about Canada as well. So I was like, it's okay. You have to let them know that Canada is home, Nigeria is home. You can't just let them think Canada is only home. No, it will giving back to them abroad make them smart. Bringing them back to Africa makes them more smarter, makes them more wiser. So do them a favor of bringing them home, so that you too, when you grow up in future, you won't be stressing yourself. Because trust me, any business that you establish here and your children are not coming with you when they are little, but you want them to come and take over when they are grown up, it doesn't make sense. It won't happen. You're just daydreaming. It will never happen. That is when you will know that you just wasted your efforts. You wasted everything, because it will eventually end up with somebody else. Yes, somebody else is going to reap everything you've done. So if you know what you want to do now, start bringing your children back home. I know it's not easy, it's expensive, it's not sustainable, but you can make it an habit. Try. Try. Nothing is going to carry them away. Bring them back home. Let them know this is home as well. Thank you for joining my live video today. If you have any question, please kindly reach out to me in the comment section. I'll be there and I'll be happy to answer your questions. And don't forget to subscribe. Very important. Thank you and have a beautiful night. Bye.